right, courthouse. We made it to the courthouse. This is where we sign those papers, right?
No.
Oh, we're not signing those papers.
No.
All right, truth serum time. DJ did a thing.
Quit just saying it's just DJ.
We did a thing. Well, what's up, guys? It's Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and starting the day off bright and early. Nice, cold morning. And we're gonna do something a little bit different today. I really don't know what all the day will entail, but we've got something very exciting, at least for us, and I hope it's really exciting for you guys, because trust me when I say this, we're doing this in part, not completely, I'm not gonna lie, but in part for you guys. And life is such a crazy journey, and my YouTube career creating content has been such a wild ride, and I have no idea where it's going to go. I know where it came from, and I know it's always evolving. It's ever changing. You know, you look back over the years, and you know, we started off just hunting videos. That was it, just hunting videos with Weston and I. You go back and look at the oldest videos I ever posted on YouTube, and they were all hunting videos. And now those are memories that I'll cherish for the rest of my life, because Weston's not into hunting anymore, and he's not 7 or 8, he's 22. And that little guy came into my life when he was 3 years old. DJ and I met when he had just turned 3, and within a year, you guys know, we got married. And then within another year later, his biological dad signed away his rights, and I officially adopted him. He's 100% mine, just not quite from birth, but mostly. And that, you know, so that was our beginning, our roots in YouTube. And then it rolled into this homestead community that I found on the internet that was already established, of people that were doing the things that I'd been doing every day my whole life, and growing a garden and raising animals and raising livestock and hunting and fishing, and just finding a way to provide for your family's needs, you know, in a small way, not 100%. I never planned on being an off-grid guy that lived off the land completely, because the honest truth is I enjoy the grocery store and I enjoy going out to eat, but I do want to be able to provide a certain type of lifestyle for my family, and I feel like I've been able to do that. And you know, as we push forward through YouTube, it went from hunting exclusively into a lot of gardening, and then we got the greenhouse, and you know, we evolved into, as Houston grew, a lot more fishing content, and the creek, and different types of livestock and different animals, and along the way it became less about the homesteading, how to teaching people stuff, and more of just documenting our journey. And today we're documenting the journey. This is something that DJ and I are unbelievably excited to share with you guys. We've talked about it on the channel before, and I know it has absolutely nothing to do with homesteading, but it has to do with our journey and who we are as a couple, who we are as a family, and I'm excited about it. Kelsey, you're not going. You found something to chew on, didn't you? You got an old deer head. You found some antlers on a skull. I bet Bear found it and you just chewing on it, huh? Well, you're not going. You got to stay here, okay? Good talk. Yeah? Good talk. You know, I don't think it's any secret at all. I've posted thousands of videos on YouTube, and as I look back and think back over the years, I can really, honestly, I can't remember very many videos that were filmed at home that didn't include our dogs. Whether it's Kelsey nowadays, or Earl, or Gemma, the little wiener dog, or Bear, our livestock guardian dog, or our beloved Bella that we lost last year. Dogs have always been such a huge part of my life. They're just that companionship that I get from a good dog, from a good puppy dog, is unreal. It just does something to me. And that's why today's video is sponsored by Sundays for Dogs. We've been feeding Sundays for several months, and it's just a totally different, new kind of thinking when it comes to dog food. Are you hungry? You want to buy it? You know what's up, don't you? It's made entirely from human grade ingredients, meaning A human could eat it. I'm not going to do it, but you could. And it's air dried. So it's kind of like the texture consistency of jerky. Don't tell Kelsey. Oh, we got caught, Earl. And if you're wanting to get away from standard kibble, preparing your own dog food is a mess. It's takes a lot of work and time and preparation. But with Sundays, you don't have to worry about that. It's shelf stable, a resealable bag, and as you can see, they love it. And if you're a dog lover like me, I challenge you to make it your New Year's resolution to take better care of your dogs, to give them what they need and what they want. And Sunday's dog food is something they absolutely want. So if you want to give your dog the chance to try Sundays and watch them fall in love with it, you can get 50% off your first 2-week trial of Sundays at sundaysfordogs.com/arms or use code ARMS at checkout. And if you sign up during the month of January, you're going to get a free Fi dog collar. It gives you 6 months of GPS tracking, and you'll know where your dog is all the time. So give it a shot today. I promise you'll like it. Looks like Disney snowflakes on your windshield right now.
It is. Actually is. Where's Elsa?
Well, are you so excited?
I am so excited.
You got to say it. You got to say it.
So excited!
So excited!
See, I sound like Western, right?
Yeah.
We'll get this cleaned off before we get out of the driveway, I promise. I ain't going down the road like that. All right, courthouse. We made it to the courthouse. This is where we sign those papers, right?
No.
Oh, we're not signing those papers.
No.
The other day we went and had lunch after we made it to a courthouse, and we had to turn in. This is a funny story. So we recently, I say recently, a few months ago, paid off the Mill Creek property, the second 80 acres at Mill Creek, and we had a form that we had to take to the courthouse, which is not the county we live in, and so we did to do a mortgage release, blah blah blah. And we went to eat. Blake Shelton owns a restaurant in Tishomingo called Old Red. And we went to eat, and the waitress, we tell her what we'd been doing. We said, we just left the courthouse. We had to get some paperwork filed. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. And we were like, what? And it never dawned on us.
Yeah.
Probably all she could think of was either we had broke the law and had to go pay our fines, or divorce papers, or something. Like and we were like, wait a minute, no, it was a good thing. And she was like, oh, okay, I've never had anything good happen at a courthouse.
It was funny.
So we're not going to the courthouse. We went there and got our marriage license a long time ago. We're not going to get those other papers that people get signed at the courthouse.
Not going to the courthouse at all.
No, somewhere else. Are you going to the dispensary? Seriously?
No.
Marshall County Abstract Company. Must be buying something. What's all that paperwork you got there? Special paperwork. I can't show it. Are you still excited?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh. Look at all that work going on over there.
That looks like a long process over there.
All right. Truth serum time. DJ did a thing.
Quit just saying it. Just DJ.
We did a thing. We did a thing that we have considered doing. You know, it's been years since we drove down to Pensacola. No, we flew to Pensacola and looked at a bunch of condos on the beach because we thought we wanted to invest in a beach condo. And I think DJ still does.
A little bit.
It's just we're not there yet. You know, there's stages in life you got to go through before you get to that point. But it was an Airbnb concept, and we love Pensacola Beach, and we love that life, and we wanted to be able to share that with folks. DJ is not a lake person, has never been a lake person. She's always refused to go to the lake. But you know what happened? DJ went to the lake, and then what?
I didn't go to our lake. I went to a different lake. I loved it.
This past summer, we went to a few different lakes.
We did.
We went to We went to Broken Bow and spent a couple of days fishing and spent some time on the water. When we stayed at Hochatown, which is Broken Bow Lake, which is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. We went to Lake Texoma, and we went to our lake at home a couple times. And DJ fell in love with the lake life.
I did.
I've always been a lake person.
Listen,
I grew up on a lake.
Yeah, but I don't like, there's no lake life on a bass boat. That's totally different.
All right, we're just getting into semantics. That's not what we're...
That's all I had experienced. I didn't experience, like, real fun.
Real fun.
On the lake.
Well, now, I got to take you out and show you some real fun on the lake this past summer. And guys, I must have done a good job because she's like, we're buying a lake house. She wanted to be closer to the lake. Now, we're not moving, but we have officially signed the papers. Hold up the folder. Oh, my goodness. We did a thing.
We did a thing?
We did a thing. It's been a little while since we did a thing. The last time we did this was the merch building. And everybody was like, I don't know if that's a great idea, but you can make it work. And it was like the most phenomenal, greatest idea ever. It's turned out amazing. We don't owe a dime on it. We saved our money and paid cash the whole way. That's why it took so long to build it, because we were paying cash as we went. Now, lake house. We're talking about Airbnb stuff. We're talking about putting in something that you guys can come and stay in. It's going to have our touch. We're not living here. We're not moving here. But it'll have our touches. And then you guys can come stay in it. And I think it's just the next business venture for us as a couple, us as a family. And the house that we bought is one we showed you guys. Why are you shivering?
It is cold.
It's not that bad.
It is that bad.
DJ loved the blue one down there. So if you know where the blue one's at, you know that you have seen this one. It's a little small barn dough. Why wouldn't we buy a barn dominium? After the merch building.
We like the metal building.
We love it. We love the metal building. We considered the idea of building one down here, buying an empty lot and building one, but it's so much easier.
So much easier.
Buy the finished product. Buy the finished product. But it's not finished. It's close. We have ideas. So, it's not right on the water. It's not lakefront. But most of the houses on this lake, on Lake Texoma, are not. It's a lake community, and there's communities all around the lake, but it's a Corps of Engineers lake, so the Corps of Engineers owns up, from the water's edge up so many feet. There's some that are lakefront, but, the lakefront, waterfront houses are like Blake Shelton owns one, Reba McEntire owns one, Daniel Arms does not own one, and I don't have that kind of money. But we actually bought this house. We put a lot of money down on it. We did have to finance a little bit. I know it's not anybody's business with our finances, but we haven't financed anything. Not the merch building, not either one of the Mill Creek properties. Now, I say we did finance the Mill Creek properties, but it was two of the most incredible owners that we bought from, and they did owner finance and let me pay it out in large amounts as fast as possible. Both of those are paid for. The merch building's paid for. And I've talked in the past about financial freedom is key for us. It's tremendous for us. Now, we did take out somewhat of a loan to pay for this, but we have some extra stuff we're going to do that will all be cash flowed, and we're going to do that, as we can, and pay this off as quickly as possible, because I still believe in all the Dave Ramsey stuff that we talked about years ago. I don't like being in debt, but we will pay this off as soon as possible. I mean, that is the goal. So before we go in, if you didn't see the tour last time, there's a county road right here that takes you straight down to a community called Sanders Island View, and it's right on the beaches, a mile to the boat ramp. This little barn dominium is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and a very new addition. There will eventually be houses everywhere. The builder built 2 at the same time, so that one is an identical match, just reversed, But the first thing we're going to be doing is adding on, because we want to make it an Airbnb. It's a 1-car shop, but DJ wants to convert. We are converting. Already had a contractor meet us out here today. We've had 2 contractors meet us out here today, and a company that does Airbnb listings and stuff. But that'll be converted. We're going to leave the garage door, but we're going to come out another 20 feet and go deeper. So 20 by 50 for a shop space that's just for us, that we can lock our stuff in. So like if we want to come down and stay on a Monday, Tuesday and go to the lake and do some fishing or whatever it is, we can have our stuff in that locked up space. The cleaning crew that comes in will have a place to store, you know, sheets and towels and linens and all that stuff. And it will be totally separate from what is a rentable space. So let's go inside. So I've already done a tour of this, but I'll give you a quick look over real quick. Living room, kitchen, it's one area, and the master off the side of the living room here. And it's legitimately a 1,300 square foot home. It's not a big house, so it's nothing huge and fancy. We looked at a lot of different Airbnb potential properties, and we didn't want to go giant, right? We wanted to go something that an average family could stay in.
Yes.
Not buy something that's made for 22 people and cost way more than our folks want to afford. If it's a couple or a family of 3 or 4, they can come stay in a place like this reasonably. So, second bathroom over here, 2 bedrooms. I mean, really guys, nothing fancy. Just little bedrooms, little bathroom. This is where DJ's gonna make me a sandwich.
Not today.
After me and Houston get off the lake catching some big fish, we'll come in and DJ will make us a sandwich.
I will.
And then she'll say, all right, take me to the lake.
My turn.
Because she's not going to go at 7 a.m. when the fish are biting.
No.
Okay. Laundry room leads out into the shop, which I showed you this before, but we're going to do it real quick. Had a contractor come in and measure everything, look at everything. We're going to convert this into a bunk room. Sheetrock the walls. That window will go away. We'll have some bunk beds in the corner. So like 2 sets of bunks, built-in bunks. Which that door will lead out into our locked shop space. But this big shop is 20 by 30. So have some built-in bunks, have some couches, big screen TV, maybe a pool table, something out here for entertainment. So at least in theory, with just the bedrooms that exist now, you can sleep 2, 4, 6 people easily. 6 people, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom. But if we convert this, it'll still just be a 2 bathroom. We're not going to put a bathroom out here, obviously, but this will give kid space. I know we go a lot of different places. We stay a lot of places. We don't vlog all the times we go stay in an Airbnb place somewhere. But one of DJ's favorite hobbies is researching Airbnbs. That's what she does. Sitting on the computer at home, she looks at houses. And we don't stay in 95% of them. But one thing that's key for us when we go somewhere, whether it's just us as our household or us with Dusty and Marissa and her mom and all the whole crew, is we need a separate living space, an entertainment space. So a bunk room with a TV and some couches is a mandatory thing.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. And it's going to take a little while. It's going to take several months. But we're hoping by this summer that this will be a rentable space. There's no reason it won't be.
No, by May.
The contractor that's going to do all the work in here said he could actually start on this like next week.
Yeah.
So this, within a month, I mean, we're still in January, within a month, this space should easily be done, and it would technically be rentable. Don't know that we will want to rent it out until that add-on on the shop over there's at least not under construction on the outside.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's exciting for us. I hope you guys are excited about it. I know, like I said in the intro to the video, this is nothing to do with Arms Family Homestead, and I know some people are going to grumble about that, but Gary V I used to watch Gary V a lot, Gary Vaynerchuk, and he would talk about creating content, and he was like, just document, don't create. You're not going out here trying to make a movie. Just document your life, tell your story. And I don't know how long we'll have this. We may do it for a couple of years and go, it's not worth the headache, and sell it. We also may do it for a couple of years and go, wow, this is crazy and people love it, and buy another one. I don't know. I don't know what life looks like for us after YouTube, after social media, but we're going to work towards a point where our business can carry on if we're not creating content. So I don't know. It's exciting. We got to go buy a bunch of stuff. You need to buy a washer and a dryer and refrigerator and dishwasher and stove and couches, and so we're not going to vlog the whole process of furnishing this place, but I will do enough to keep you guys in the loop to let you know if you can come stay in an Arms Family Homestead Airbnb. Now, we're not going to be here. I don't want anybody to get confused. We're about an hour from our house. It's not like this is in our backyard. So many people have wanted to know if they could come stay in the merch building, and I understand that and I respect that, but that's our personal space, and it's not something that we rent out to strangers. This is not in our backyard, so it's not like we're going to be here if you guys come down and stay, but still you can come experience what we enjoy, really. I mean, bring your boat, bring your side-by-side or golf cart. There's all kinds of ATV trails. There's little restaurants and just the community aspect of it. We don't have a community where we live. We don't have neighbors.
No.
And everybody down here, we've got friends that have lake houses all over down here. And they all say the most fun thing is getting to know your neighbors in the community. And they have community, fish fries and 4th of July events. And so we're excited about just something different. Yeah. I don't know. We're home where we're at. Our house is not going anywhere. I grew up in that house. I grew up on that land. We've dreamed of building a new house, but that makes no sense to get rid of the one we have. You can't sell it. So having a place like this is just in a way, a fresh start, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not doing any of this to brag or to gloat. I got to switch hands. This is not about our success on social media. This is about documenting the journey and doing something that we can share with you guys. And that's cool, and I'm excited about it.
Me too.
So, all right, DJ's gonna go shopping now. She's got a lot of stuff to do.
I'm gonna go get some food. I'm about to starve.
It's getting late. We're way past lunch. So, anyways, I'm gonna check back in with you guys when we get home, I guess. What'd you just say?
I said my truck almost matches it.
I knew you. I should have known you'd buy the brown because it matched your truck. I can't believe you didn't like the blue and white.
Oh.
You like that blue.
Oh, I did like that blue, but that's a very different blue.
That blue house down there that you really liked that had the cool back porch still has not closed. They had all kinds of issues.
Oh.
Now,
Maybe we dodged a bullet.
I like that.
I definitely love that.
That over there is cool as heck. Nice. I like that single pitch, single slope roof.
Yeah.
And they got their big shop.
And it's black and gray.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
No, not that.
All right, well, we made it home. And you get some chores done. Houston decided we needed a automatic deer feeder in the yard. Not really, he didn't decide it. I usually always pull one of my deer feeders back up to the house after deer season. And we were out setting some traps yesterday, and I grabbed a deer feeder that was in that little tiny food plot that we made earlier in the fall. So, oh gosh, Kelsey, give me a little space. What a crazy day. What a wild, exciting day. I'm still a little, I just don't know. I love sharing everything with you guys that's within reason. It's like therapy for me. I talk to the camera and get you guys feedback, get people's feedback online from total strangers, but it's kind of therapeutic for me. And I know this is not as big of a risk as some things we could be doing, but it is risky in a way. I mean, we just bought a house an hour from where we live in hopes that random strangers will come stay in it. That's weird, isn't it, Kelsey? It's kind of weird, right? And you're no help at all, really. Did you give him a little privacy? No? You're not good at that, are you? That's one chore knocked off the list. Got a deer feeder set here in the yard. Dogs are full of energy. I say we go check on the pond. And I know there'll be 1,000 questions and people curious, like, well, how are you going to handle all the animals if you go down and stay at the lake house an hour from home? And trust me, we've thought about all of those things, and especially the dogs. Like, it's hard for us to even leave the house for 6 hours with having the dogs home, because Earl and Kelsey stay in the house. So one thing we're going to do, at least for the dog situation, Kelsey, Earl, and Gemma can all go with us when we go down and stay. And one thing I'm going to do when we add on that shop edition is there'll be a covered concrete area, and I'll just put a doggy door in the shop and a small, you know, like an 8x10 kennel, so that they can have the whole shop on the inside and then have an outside space so they can go hang out outside. And eventually we'll have a fenced-in backyard over there. But that's minor detail stuff. But as far as the rest of the animals go, we're really kind of getting to a place where everything's fairly self-sufficient a lot of the year. You know, as long as we've got ample water troughs full and, you know, big round bales of hay, and in summertime we get pasture, and most of the animals are pretty self-sufficient. And we've got several people that if we're going to be gone for a couple days, we pay some friends to come stay at the house, and you just spend the night and check on everything. Really, they don't really have to do a whole lot when they're here. And the pond project has been going a little slow, I would say, just because of the weather, with all the freezing cold, and everything was froze up for a couple days. It's thawing out now, and I'll do a more extensive video coming up soon. A lot of people have been wanting to see more on the construction side of things, more, you know, less of just a, hey, here's an update, but more of actually watching these big machines work, and guys that are good at it are fun to watch, and it's pretty cool. And still working on getting the bottom of the pond cleaned out. He's cleaning out one of these little feeder ditches that feeds into it, getting the muck out of that and stuff. And conditions are pretty much perfect right now to get in here and work, and there's just a lot a lot that still needs to be done, but a lot has been done. You can really start to see how much soil they've taken out, you know, things, they're leaving trees and stumps and stuff, but really getting cleaned up on this side pretty well. Big monster brush piles gone. They cleaned up all the timber back here behind the pond, and they've been working on grading it out. Obviously there's still a lot in here. That's interesting. Must have been a tree there. Bunch of stobs sticking up. But still a lot of work to go. But the conditions, the last couple days have been much, much better than they were for almost a week. Really, they probably could use an off-road dump truck. If we had a big off-road dump truck, they'd come back here and load all these piles that they've dug out and that I dug out and transfer them over to the pond dam. But the pond dam's not completed, but they're working it up a little at a time. We're not trying to build it all at once. Just work it up about a foot, and then they spend a day or so packing it in. And I mean, you think of, that's a 12 to 13,000 pound skid steer, you know, like this little road. He's driven this 1,000 times, and he's doing the same thing on the dam as he works. And so the excavator's down there right now cleaning out the bottom of the pond, cleaning out those ditches. They'll scoop a little for a couple days, spread it out, let it dry, and then start moving it and filling in spots where we need. The muck obviously is not going on top of the dam to build the dam up, but there's a lot of space behind the dam and a couple different places where that stuff can go. So it's getting there. We actually got up to about 45 degrees today. Yesterday, I think it made it up to about 40, but the days prior to that, for probably 4 or 5 days, I don't know that we got above freezing. And if we did, it was just hovering right around freezing. And all of this stuff, this wet muck and wet clay just froze like a brick. I mean, it got so hard. I couldn't drive the buggy across a lot of it because, you know, dirt claws that are the size of a basketball normally just smash and I drive right over. Well, they were hard as a rock. And it made it hard on the equipment because tracks were freezing up and stuff. And, I mean, I know people do this kind of work in the frozen northern tundras of America, anything above Oklahoma, all the time, but we're just not really used to it right here. So I don't know, it's coming along. We'll get there. What's up, fellas? Looks like the birds are hungry. Haven't fed the flock of feral birds all day. They're waiting on me. I'm coming, everyone. Yeah. Chill. Larry Bird. You hungry? Hey, Miss Maggie. Here you go. So, in other news, Maggie has been completely taken off the bottle. We've been having some issues with her getting bloated. You can kind of see it probably on video, but this side of her gut here. Hey, it's fine. Just calm down. I ain't trying to mess with you. You can see it's definitely pooched out on that one side, and we contacted the vet a couple times, and finally the vet said we're just gonna have to completely take her off the bottle. It's time to wean her. She could have been off the bottle a while back, but I think Mom really liked leaving her on the bottle. I'm gonna shut her gate because I fed the goats so that I could feed Maggie, but if I don't shut her gate, she eats way slower than the goats, and they'll come and bully her. Ain't that right, Maggie? Are you mad because we took your bottle away from you? Well, you're doing all right on a little bit of feed and a lot of hay now. And while Maggie has been complaining for a couple days about not getting a bottle, I don't think she complains near as much as Mom. That's DJ's favorite thing is to come out here and sit with her and feed her a bottle and scratch her and love on her. Look, she's expecting a bottle. And I think it may bug DJ more than it bugs Maggie. And that's saying a lot because it's really worrying you that you don't get a bottle now, huh? The vet said no more. No more bottle for you. Hey, badonkadonks. Yeah, too many donkeys. That's what I say. We have too many donkeys, don't we, Phoebe? Huh? Phoebe, Fallon, and Farrah all pregnant. Bree and Baker too young to be pregnant. And then the three sisters down here. We call them the three sisters. Fiona, Felicia, and Fancy. Yeah. The gray ones get hard to tell apart. You know that? They just get hard to tell apart. Especially in the wintertime when they get long hair on them. I mean, I feel like I get Bree and Baker confused sometimes, but it's because they walk up to you and you can't tell they're different at first. Baker's got some attitude though, don't you, Baker? Hang on, I got a bucket of feed for you. I've been devouring that bale of hay, that's for sure. So they got a bale of hay at all times. They've got a molasses lick tub here at all times. It's got protein in it. And I don't feed them grain every day, really. It's about every other day this time of year. Sometimes it's more like every third day. As long as it's not just super bitter cold. Now, when it was below freezing every day, I did give them a little bit of grain just to help them stay warm. Ain't that right, Fancy? You need a little extra warmth. Yeah. I hear somebody got some attitude behind me. Who's got the attitude? But really with donkeys, a good hay source, a little molasses lick tub, a mineral block, and really, honestly, they'll be just fine through the winter. I'm just a softie and feed them a little extra. So, as I said, I don't want you guys to worry that we're not going to take care of our animals and we're going to be gone for days on end. I mean, really, honestly, at best, I mean, I figure what we'll do when we go down and stay at the lake is we'll be here in the morning. I can feed, take care of animals, take the dogs with us. We go down, stay the night, hang out during the day. The next day, come home and feed the next evening, and really not miss much. And I don't know. It's a exciting journey, exciting thing, I feel like, for DJ and I especially. And Lake Texoma is a beautiful lake, and there's some amazing fishing opportunities on that lake. So I know Houston will love it. Emily's got friends who have lake houses down there. She's excited about it. It's going to be a great thing for our family, and a great thing that we can potentially get some of you guys involved in and come stay in it. And is it a risk? Maybe a little bit, but really I'm not even concerned about the risk of it. I want to see it succeed. But then part of me goes, what if we do this and we list this thing on Airbnb and it books up and we don't even have any weekends to go down there? We'll have to block off a few in advance or something. But it kind of, DJ and I were talking about it on the way home. It's kind of like our merch stuff. When we started that right here in the garage, we didn't have a clue if that was going to be a good idea, a successful venture, or if you guys would even be interested. And you blew us away by leaps and bounds, like 5 times more than we ever expected. And we launched out of that garage. DJ had a heat press, and I think we started off with 400 t-shirts and sweaters, and 400 pieces total, including all sizes. And they sold out in like 2 or 3 days. And we spent the next month and a half trying to catch up until we finally could breathe. And then when we launched the pecan stuff, you guys, we sold out. You guys bought the first season of pecans. We bought 2,500 pounds thinking, well, that might last for a couple weeks. And you guys bought them out in the first day. Then we bought 3,000 pounds, and you guys bought them out in like 2 days. And we feel very blessed and thankful for you guys, and thankful for your support. And we just hope that if you're interested, you can come stay in our little Airbnb lake house, and it might be fun. So anyways, guys, remember, do something today to make somebody smile, because you never know, it just might change the world. So guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a great day, and as always, we'll see you on the next video.